Guilliman and the Lion are going to meet. This is going to happen, and in today's video, I want to explore the possibilities of what the ripples could be from that meeting. Not only with the Primarchs themselves, but other organizations like the Inquisition also getting involved, to these two loyalist brothers finally shaking hands and maybe giving each other a little secret hug. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. Now, for those of you who have been out of the loop, put your eyes in the background right now, because this is the actual message that Lionel Johnson has sent to Guilliman. You can see like all the text on there, like it's been sent from the Dark Angels, intended recipient, Ultramarines, Lord Commander of the Imperium, Lord Regent, you know, Roboute Guilliman and stuff like that. This is like a really secret, I say secret, it's a high clearance message that has been sent from Lionel Johnson to Guilliman. And all the way at the bottom, it literally states, "Brother, we need to talk." That is from Lion to Guilliman. And we've all been waiting for this. We've all been wanting for this now for so bloody long. The entirety of 10th edition, it's like the Lion never even bloody returned to us. It was that quiet. But now, right at the end, this is building up to a future narrative, which I believe they are going to explore in 11th edition. And when they do explore it, that's the big talking point. What in the Emperor's name is going to happen now? Now, one of the first big things I want to talk about is a civil war. I see a lot of people thinking that if the Lion sees Guilliman, Guilliman sees Lion, that this is going to cause another split in the Imperium for the power to rule the Imperium. Currently, Guilliman is a Lord Regent. He is the de facto Emperor of the Imperium. And would that make the Lion jealous because Guilliman has that power? I'm going to say no, 100% no. I think the Lion respects Guilliman, that he is in that position. He's been chosen by the Emperor himself to wield the Emperor's sword, to lead the Imperium, and I think the Lion will fall in line and be Guilliman's weapon, or one of Guilliman's weapons, to purge against the Xenos and the heretic out there in the galaxy. Now, I do think we may get some type of civil war, but it's going to be more like a shadow civil war. It's going to be like a war underneath wars, which was not really fought on the surface. What do you mean by that, Valrak? Well, there's big hint in this book that the Ordo Astartes are not happy with Guilliman because he's made something called the Shield chapters that are gathering thousands upon thousands of Marines loyal to Guilliman, or loyal to the Ultramarines, Ultramar, that realm and stuff like that, and they're starting to take back the 500 worlds. The Ordo Astartes doesn't like that. There's a lot of power up in the air. There's a lot of power play going in the shadows behind the scenes. On top of that, there's another Inquisitor as well, Lord Inquisitor Kotias, if I'm not mistaken, and he's organized all his Inquisitor agents to track down the Lion, because he's been hearing rumors about the Lion's return as well. What you have to remember about the Inquisition, it's all about power. That is how they make everything work. It's about their fear and their power. Now, when you have loyalist Primarchs coming back, that seeps their power, because at the end of the day, who are you got to stand with in the Imperium? A Lord Inquisitor, or literally the son of the Emperor of mankind. So I personally think the Inquisition fears the Primarchs returning, the loyalist Primarchs returning, because that will take away their power to rule over the Imperium. And I've spoke about this before, because we've kind of already seen the Inquisition start to take down Guilliman's operatives, because Guilliman has reinstated the historiators to go out to collect information to find out what the hell has been going on for the past 10,000 years, and the Inquisition doesn't like that, and in secret the Inquisition has been taking these historiators out. So kind of they've already kicked the ball into the net to start this kind of feud with the Primarchs. But I do think that fire is going to keep growing and growing and growing, and that may consume the inner workings of the Imperium later on down the narrative. The Inquisition fighting for its power in this new Imperium. Now, the next big thing I want to talk about is the actual brothers physically meeting, because this is a massive event in itself. I don't think people understand how big this is. This is It's never happened before in Warhammer 40,000 lore. Two brothers who each thought the other brother was lost, dead, just disappeared, actually meeting again. 10,000 years has passed since the Horus Heresy. The Imperium is in an absolute state. Each one thought that they were alone in the galaxy, and to see their brother again, I think it's going to be an absolutely emotional reunion. I want them to hug. I want them to embrace. I want them to say nice things to each other, like, brother, and finally, I have you, right? You're here with me, brother. We can do anything now. We can fight the chaos, right? I've got you by my side. I'm by your side. It's amazing. It's big. It's stupendous, right? This is the meeting that I really want to see written down on the pages and just acted out in front of me. I want to see this bloody reunion. And then from that, we can start the drums of bloody war, because then Guilliman can say, well, Lion, let's go, let's fight our enemies. Maybe, just maybe, Guilliman may give the Lion, like, the northern part of the Imperium to go and crusade and purge against, while he handles the southern part of the Imperium. Dante is the current regent of the north, but with the Lion return, I'm sure that mantle would pass to the Lion, and Dante would gladly give it to the Lion, because that is a more tested battle leader, you would probably say, right? It's a bloody Primarch at the end of the day. I'm sure Dante would want that stress and that pressure relieved off him, and put it all on Lionel Johnson's shoes. So maybe they're going to do something where, like, the Lion goes crusading in the north, Guilliman stays in the south, they try and, like, fight it that way. Maybe they just team up and they just go around from planet to planet together, right? Just like the Chuckle Brothers, just completely knocking down doors and taking people's names. I would love something like that. I would love to see both of these Primarchs fight a big foe together. Maybe because these two Primarchs, these two loyalist Primarchs have linked up, maybe then this opens the door to a narrative where two of the traitor Primarchs actually link up to try and take down their brothers. Mortarion has basically been put back on his leash by Nurgle and yanked somewhere. Angron has already got his face smashed in by the Lion, so maybe, like, Magnus and Fulgrim can maybe team up and do kind of something with Guilliman and the Lion. Maybe this opens up the door then to another traitor Primarch coming back, because again, I've been hearing whispers, I've been hearing rumors that there's going to be another traitor Primarch coming back in 11th edition. My money at this moment in time is on Perturabo. Maybe we can get, like, a Perturabo versus Lion and Guilliman kind of set up. Maybe Vashtor is on Perturabo's side. I think that could be a kind of a pretty cool battle, right? Siege engines, Iron Warriors losing as they always do. These are the kind of things that I would love to see, that I would love the story progress to. Now, of course, 11th edition is coming very, very soon, and the main narrative around 11th edition is going to be Armageddon. Marines versus Orcs. Gadskull's going back to Armageddon. Big old bloody war. The Orcs are in there. Millions upon millions, maybe billions, would you say? I'd probably say billions, right? Gadskull's got, like, the probably biggest fleet in existence at this moment in time. Rocks hurtling through the galaxy, all heading back to Armageddon. Maybe this is the narrative event which draws the brothers in, and they meet each other over the skies of Armageddon. They link up, they drop down to the planet of Armageddon, and they start to fight this huge war that is ascended from the heaven. The brothers fighting Orcs, Gadskull in the mix, right? Angron got banished there. Maybe he pops back up there. Angron can come back when he bloody wants, rolls all those bloody sixes, right? This is the kind of story, this is the kind of narrative that I would bloody love, right? Orcs, World Eaters, Primarchs, Marines, all just clashing on the surface of Armageddon. That would be an absolute wild, amazing bloody time, if you ask me. Anyway, brothers, that's enough waffling for me, as always. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I would love to get your thoughts and theories on this. How do you see this playing out? Do you think there's going to be a civil war? Do you think the civil war is going to be with the Inquisition? Do you think it's going to be more than this? Like, what in the Emperor's name is going to happen? With them meeting now, is this going to open the door for more Loyalist Primarchs returning? Because that was my big debate at the start. It's like, you can't bring more Loyalist Primarchs back without the current Loyalist Primarchs actually meeting and seeing each other. So maybe when they do meet, this then does open that door for Jagatai, Vulcan, Dawn, right, Korax, those Primarchs potentially to return, and we get more added to the setting. Again, I would love to get your thoughts and feedback in the comment section down below. Post it down there. Have a great day, evening, night, where you are in the world, and bye-bye.